Salutations, everyone. This is the butterfly. How are you doing? I hope you are doing well. Before I start, I'd like to say a special hello to my subscribers in India. um, Please leave me a comment so I know what you think of my show. Okay, I'm very happy to have you here. And of course, all my new subscribers, welcome, welcome, welcome. Please leave a comment. Okay, please like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you know when I'm going live. Okay. I know the show was supposed to start at 11:05, but this subject I have been stalling. I've been stalling. I've been having so much fun. Um, well, I don't want to say fun, but I've just been enjoying just like the peaceful balance, in my emotional body, with regards to all of the craziness that's going on in the world. And this is a subject that I have touched on before. However, Spirit has compelled me to uh, touch on the subject again. And believe me, I did ask why. Like, I'm like, look, I do not like to keep repeating myself. It didn't feel like these people were ready. So I just was like, whatever. I was just on the position of the watcher, no more the informer, the guider, So Spirit has informed me, has compelled me through the things that I've seen. Now, what I mean by that is there is a lot of unexplained violence going on in the world today, and it seems pretty senseless. It makes no sense. Okay. And the first thing I want to say is I had been really distracted by the Shanquilla Robinson case, just because uh, while I was getting ready to do the show before uh, about the Shanquilla Robinson case, and if you'd like to go back and check that out, that is, I believe that's the video I did prior to this. I got like a download in the shower and I wasn't really sure if I should like say that or what, but it just seems to me that it's important to say this. And this is to light workers, star seeds, uh, wise old souls, like whatever you'd like to call yourself, okay, spiritualist. I just got a message that Terrans are dangerous. I don't know why I got that message. But it must be important. So I just want people to beware, because I see that there is a theme with a lot of light workers, especially young light workers, star children, indigo children, rainbow children, crystalline children, whatever kind of star child you are. There is a theme of, you know, uh, of accepting, Spirit help me, just accepting bad behavior from people, and we don't have the inclination to want to seek revenge, or sometimes we will stay in a situation where people are not being very nice, and we just make excuses for them, like, oh, they don't mean anything by it, they don't mean any harm or something like that, and I feel like that is what uh and just like wanting to fit in, always feeling like awkward, like feeling something different about yourself and feeling awkward, and just wanting to fit in. So thereby you accept things that you should not accept. And we all have a moral compass, so you know what this thing is, okay? And that may be like jokes that are not funny, because there's certain kinds of comedy. There's mean comedy, there's like funny comedy, slapstick comedy, but all of it has a grain of truth in it, okay? So let's just be mindful of that. I don't want to go off the subject, but again, I feel like I'm stalling and getting off the point, because like before, I was looking for all kinds of stuff to try to get ready for this video, and Spirit start playing that song. She's my runaway girl. I'm like, I am not running away. You know what I'm saying? Stalling, yes. Running away, no. Okay. What do we have here? Uh, Thank you. Now, Rosie Pie. Hi, Rosie Pie. How are you? It's good to see you in there. I'm sorry, my eyes has been carrying on, child, but I was able to see that with my glasses, so my little thing is happening. Okay, but I wanted to talk again about. Uh, I hope I got that message about the Terrans being dangerous to the Star Children out there. I may have to do another video regarding that, because that is very important, especially at this time where the dark ones are really just throwing everything they got, at the wall just to make it stick. You know what I'm saying? Even though the white hats are in control, this cat, this cat has been, I don't know. Anyway, he's been just carrying on so extra today. Like, sat down, like, ugh. Anyway, um, yeah, let me try to get on point. So what brought me to being compelled to do this show is uh I saw a video of a police officer who shot and killed. She shot two women and killed one, and then turned the gun on herself, right? But before that, like last week, an employee from Walmart just flipped out and like killed like 6 or 7 of his people, like, and then killed himself, right? So then, like, what I was just like watch. As I said, I'm in the watching stage. I'm like, you know, I wasn't really trying to like inform anyone more, because like they wasn't trying to listen. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of energy to. It's a lot of like mental, emotional, and it gets to manifest in physical energy, just like having to deal with all of that, you know. So, what compelled me to come here is when I seen a man had stabbed his 11-month-old child to death, and I'm like, what the deuce is this? You know what I'm saying? And I just got Manchurian Candidate again. I'm like, oh, brother spirit, I don't, again, I have to talk about this again. Like, it took me a lot to claw my way out of the rabbit hole. Okay. Um, and when I was in it, I was like running around like, what's that fucking guy named the Paul Revere? I was running around sounding the motherfucking alarm. And no lights was coming on. Well, not enough lights for my liking was coming on. So I'm just like, you know what? I gotta get out of this dimension. I just gotta pull all the way back. So like when things are even happening, like when like the election went forward, like it was supposed, like, like what we thought it wasn't supposed to, I really didn't care. I really just didn't care. I didn't, I really didn't focus on it anymore. I focused it, it just brought me back to the bigger picture, the children, right? It's all about the children, okay, and what has been happening to the children, all right? So I guess that's why I was compelled to come on here because um people really need to understand this. I mean, I was going to say I really need people to understand, but I don't. Mm, I really don't need people to understand, you know, but spirit needs people to understand. Our higher selves need us to understand. Hell, maybe our future selves need us to understand that these things are real. Mind control is real. Okay. Yeah, all of that stuff is real. Okay. And I guess another reason why I had to come back and bring this up again, because every time I talk about it in the sense that I keep saying Montauk Boys, but it's not actually Montauk Boys. It's called the Montauk Chronicles. Okay. And you guys know I usually don't make notes when I'm doing my thing, but I just felt like I needed to get everything out this time so that I can move on to something else, because there is going, this is only the tip of the iceberg of all of the madness that's coming out. Okay, now you already see that Balenciaga done started, done got outed for being just monsters. Okay, and of course I'm going to do a show about that. And while looking for a picture to advertise this show, I saw the other photographs that I have, so I know I'm going to have to, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to have to get into that zone. But I have really asked spirit to really let me maintain my emotional balance during this difficult time that is coming. It's like the storm is really upon us, and like Trump really don't have to say it because I can feel it, and I see that it's coming. You know what I'm saying? And uh, this MK Ultra has a lot to do with it. And I asked Spirit, like, okay, what are we supposed to do with this stuff? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you supposed to do about it? Like, you know, because some of it is karmic. You know what I'm saying? Which is like, wow, that's hard to take. That was hard to take. That some of this stuff is karmic, and I'm like, all right. So, what is like the lesson here for us? Like, I'm trying to like get spirit to like give me something, like, because I want to reason why I have to dredge into this shit again. But let's get right into it, because like spirit is like, we already talked about this. We sure did. We really did. But before I get started, I would like to remind people to please go to my website. You know what I'm saying? And support the butterfly. I have all kinds of wonderful healing products that will assist you in your everyday life. You know what I'm saying? All my products do double duty. You know what I'm saying? They're not only for beauty, but they're also for health. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by that, this canna root salve, it not only helps you with your pain and sore muscles, but it makes your skin nice and beautiful and soft and supple. You know what I'm saying? So like, get y'all some of that. And I got my CBD oil. It comes in this nice cute box. I think I'm gonna change the color of the ribbon, but that's another subject. You know what I'm saying? You can get this at my website along with all the other amazing products that I make. You know what I'm saying? Sharing my energy, my love, my light with you guys. Okay. May there be healing for everybody. Join this hemp life. Anyway, let me jump right into it. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to be bitching and moaning about having to repeat myself again. All right. So, what I did today was a little bit different than what I usually do. Okay, because you know what I'm saying. Because I really wanted uh spirit to give me everything that I need to say about this subject. so that we can move on. You know what I'm saying? It may be, I guess, because spirit wants people to understand what they're seeing, because I'm getting, I've got that a lot of people are very confused about like the senseless sudden violence that they're seeing that just completely makes no sense to them. It's causing them a lot of fear, it's causing them a lot of confusion, you know what I'm saying? And it's making them not want to be around anybody, you know what I'm saying? Making them want to isolate themselves. So I guess spirit wants, and because fear is something that the dark cult thrives on, spirit just wants, I guess, people to understand what they're seeing. You know what I'm saying? Because knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. Okay, with that being said, where am I going with this? Okay, like I said, there's gonna be a lot of, all right. I mentioned the Omen, right? I don't know if people seen the Omen, and but it's like I'm not a violent person, right? I'm not a violent person, and um it's like I don't really know how to explain it, but I like sci-fi. I like rap. I like certain kind of things that like you wouldn't think like a so-called light worker would want to uh uh you know partaking or whatever. I like dancing, I like drinking. You know what I'm saying? You guys who know me, I smoke my little herb and shit. I mean, I ain't hurt nobody. But I did have a thing for like sci-fi and horror and shit like that. Anyway, so I watched Omen. And the thing that struck me with Omen is like there came a time, I don't know if it was like, I can't remember if it was like a frequency or a bell or they were doing spells or something that caused like several parents to just blank out and kill their kids. They just blanked out and killed their kids. Like one minute they were fine and then the next minute they just blanked out. And it was like, oh shit. So when I saw this story of the man that just stabs his 11-month-old to death, because the thing is, these crimes against humanity that the deep state are famous for is not normal behavior. Okay, I want to say it's not normally accepted behavior, right? And there has to be a deviance, a distortion, inside of you to make you go through with something like this. You know what I'm saying? It's like this is not normal. Okay, well, it turns out that, yeah, it is not normal, like on the Manchurian Candidate. That's because I'm going to start with that because that's the movie that that's the first image that came to me when I saw the the man who had stabbed his child to death. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And mind you, like last month, I seen this man, he was on live with his kids, and like his wife or his girlfriend was like, she left him and she was not coming home and shit. And he gets on live and he's like threatening to kill the kids and himself if she don't come home. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? So then, needless to say, she didn't come home. And this man actually killed his children. When he was saying that, the little boy started crying. I'm like, oh my goodness. It was hard for me. It was hard for me to watch it. Cause shit, when I was little and I used to watch scary movies and shit, sometimes I used to have to go to sleep with my mother for nightmares and shit. I remember one time she got tired of my shit and I had watched, I think, Return of the Jedi and some shit, and that fucking Jabba the Hutt thing. Oh my goodness, that shit scared the shit out of me. I woke up and I was sweating and shit, like, scared to death. And I was like, Mom, can I sleep with you? She's like, no. she She fucking said no. I stood outside her room until she changed her fucking mind. Like, I would have stood there and slept on fucking. I'm sorry, I'm getting off the subject, but I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? I was scared. Like, but now I understand a lot of those movies like that I watch is like spirit. It helps me to explain myself, to know what spirit means when they're showing me this type of shit and why I'm looking at it, because there's nothing that is a coincidence in our reality. Right. So Manchurian Candidate was the first movie that came to my mind that was relating to mind control. You know what I'm saying? And the thing that bothered me, which I'm gonna get to that, as I said, I did something different. I usually don't write it down, but I wrote some stuff down, some notes from the movie. It's not a movie, it's a documentary, and it's called The Montauk Chronicles. Montauk, Montauk, Chronicles. It's regarding the experiments at Camp Hero. It was a military base in Rhode Island. Okay, so that's why I used to call it the Montauk Boys. And while I was watching it, I don't know if I just started like auto writing, like kind of like auto write channeling. You know what I'm saying? At first, it was making notes. And then I just started getting shit. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna just like free write little shit down, right? And one of the things that has struck out to me while I was channeling and shit is feeling angry. And I wrote feeling angry. And I'm like, I wrote question mark, and it was like pissed off. And I was like pissed off. I wrote pissed off. See, I don't know if you can see it. Let me just try to put everything. Okay, so up here is the Montauk. Excuse my writing. Okay, I was up here. I wrote the Montauk. What did I write up here? Oh, okay. I wrote about the prostitutes lowering the men. Okay, yo, I know why I was stalling with this show because it's gonna go places that I'm really not expecting. But I'm open to it because I want to get it out, and I want to be done with having to say this again, so that I won't be the only one that knows what the fuck I'm seeing. Okay, which I know I'm not the only one because people who is involved in it, they know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? But the victims may not know what the fuck is happening. You know what I'm saying? So like, cause I'm just seeing a rash of loved ones attacking their loved ones and killing them, and then killing themselves, and that don't make no motherfucking sense to me. You know what I'm saying? And I understand that this is the time when shit is really getting thick in the spiritual war, and they will not go gently into that good night. Yeah, I just got that. They will not go gently into this good night. So listen, the shit that you're seeing is these motherfuckers activating their mind control people. There's a lot of things going on. It's not only mind control, it is spell casting. You know what I'm saying? Uh it is like code words. All right. So let me break it down. Okay. So for the Manchurian Candidate, oh, Spirit wanted me to draw back to what I was saying. Uh, Angry and pissed off, and it was because they were doing shit to people that without their consent, and it caused their death. You know what I'm saying? It caused their death not only without their consent, they lied to the people. They lied to the people about what the fuck they was doing. You know what I'm saying? They lied to them about what they were doing. They told them it was like to save humanity, but it was not. It was to just like do experiments and steal their loose energy. You know what I'm saying? It was the shit like that. All right. Okay, Spirit, slow down, slow down. Okay, slow down. All right. So, as I said, the first movie I that came to my mind was The Manchurian Candidate with Denzel Washington. Okay. And the whole premise of this movie is they MK Ultra a whole platoon of soldiers. Okay. To believe that they had been in a skirmish in overseas in Baghdad or some shit, that they had lost people, and that there was a hero soldier that, you know what I'm saying, that saved them all, the ones that who were left, they saved them from perishing, you know what I'm saying. So they basically, had this whole program. They was programmed, and how they did that was, it was so crazy. It's like they had these soldiers in a room with their fucking eyes like pried open and shit, so that they couldn't close their eyes. And it just reminds me, I just saw this other movie. I don't know what movie that is, Spirit. I just saw this other movie where they're holding the eyes open and they putting something in the eyes. Oh, it was, it was, what's the name? Show me the name again. Show me the name again. It was From Above. From Above. I From Above. I guess that's the name of the movie. The movie might name be From Above, but Spirit is showing me this movie back in the days me and my mother had watched, where this man he went on this hunting trip with his friends. Okay, and he had got abducted. Like, this light came down, when all of the friends saw the shit. Okay, the light came down, he disappeared, and then later reappeared. You know what I'm saying? But the friends was acting funny style, like he was crazy as shit. And at first he didn't remember, but then he started getting memories. And one of his memories was of them doing experiments on him. So, like, yeah, that was another thing. Alien abduction. People are being abducted without their consent. Okay, that is all. People are being abducted without their consent. I guess that's why Spirit showed me that. You know what I'm saying? People do have implants, and I don't want to be scaring people. This is why I'm trying, like, I I don't want to be scaring people. You know what I'm saying? But, like, you have to be aware. You have to say you do not consent to this type of shit. I'm not really sure if, you know what I'm saying, that works, because, like, when I was thinking, I also got blood magic, blood bank, and I also got birth certificate bank. You know what I'm saying? And when I got that, I got the birth certificate that you get when you have a baby. There's two birth certificate. There's a time when the doctor come, for all you mothers out there, you may remember this. There's a time where some kind of tech comes in and draws the blood out of the foot of your child and makes like a footprint or some shit. That that where they put that footprint is not what you get. You get a copy, but they get the actual footprint with the blood DNA on that shit. Okay, because I asked Spirit, how the fuck can they use all these people? Because there's different ways to mind control. They can do MK Ultra, through torture. Let me just Spirit, let me ground down, okay? Because I feel like I'm all over the place. I can't, take all of this information just shooting at me like that, okay? Um, okay. So they had, yeah, Spirit had to put me back on track, because I felt like I was traveling. I was traveling because, like, the thing is, when you go into one area, it you will see like a spiritual web where shit is connected. Like, it's so fucking weird. Like, even this girl, Shanquilla Robinson, her death is going to expose the fact that Mexico is corrupt in the way that they be taking bribes and shit to cover up crimes. You know what I'm saying? Because that is the only way that those friends could have gotten out of that country without facing any kind of charges. I mean, Mexico will lock you up if they catch you with drugs trying to get out of there. So you mean to tell me that they killed somebody and they think they just gonna get away with that shit? You know, no, they're gonna expose not only if the police is corrupt, but that the medical system is corrupt, that they be covering up crimes, like real crimes against humanity. They be they be covering up organ harvesting. They be a part of the organ harvesting. All of the just this girl's case and how much attention is on it is gonna lead to deeper shit. Okay, so that is how this is. That is how this mind control is. It's so far and wide that it's like when you start to get the downloads of it, you will start to see shit. So it's like it's streaming at me, like, so I have to like slow it real down. You know what I'm saying? I have to really slow it down in order to be able to get it all out, because there is so much other stuff that we're gonna have to talk about. You know what I'm saying? And I knew this time would come. Spirit, I feel my emotions getting in it. I don't want to seem cold or nothing, but I don't want my emotions to like overpower me. You know what I'm saying? Because this stuff is awful. It's awful stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's awful stuff. All right. But okay, here I go with it. In the Manchurian Candidate, they tell them, you know, that they have mind controlled them and convinced them, programmed them through drugs, through like just sensory tactics, it's that those are military sensory tactics that they use. Okay, and the thing about it, this type of mind control is they have like a code word, right? They use desens desensitization tactics, where they desensitize you. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like how they've done to us. It's like they show us all of this violence and shit on the news or whatsoever, so that we're kind of getting used to it, so we don't react to it anymore. It doesn't bother us anymore. So you get desensitized. You know what I'm saying? They do this to them, and in addition to that, they use conditioning tactics. Like there was in order to frighten them, right? So like there was this little boy, I can't remember the name of the scientist, you know. But he did this experiment, and that's all they do, experiments. They're not trying to cure nobody. Your doctor is not trying to cure you. Okay, nobody, your psychiatrist, he's not trying to cure you. Okay, you just an experiment. You a subject. You a test subject. Okay, it's just right now you agree to it. All right, but anyway. Spirit, help me stay on track, because this is a lot and I want to try to get it out so I can just move on from it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a nasty energy that comes along with it, you know. And yeah, it took me a while to get up out of that. You know, especially realizing that the universe wasn't ready for it anyway. Help me, spirit, help me, spirit. So the guy did not know that he was MK Ultra. That's the thing. These people do not know that they MK Ultra. So like he was, you know, doing his little program thing, doing his spiel. He would be going to different colleges and shit like that. You know, oh my God, as soon as I said that, he be going to different colleges and shit like that. It reminded me of a time when I was in high school and the Navy came to my high school trying to recruit people and shit. It's just so weird. It's like, I don't know why spirit showed me that, but I guess that's what they do. They go, they recruit people. You know what I'm saying? They also try to recruit people. They watch you, they recruit you. You know what I'm saying? To do shit like this. You know what I'm saying? To make you a trained killer. You know, and you don't even be knowing. You'll have no idea. So like they'll give you a mission that's unbeknownst to you, okay, inside embedded in the program. embedded inside of the program. Spirit is showing me the movie They Live, where they have it's a specific part where they have this on the billboards on the surface you see like a advertisement for lipstick or some shit like that. Okay, but when the guy puts on the glasses, it says obey, consume, shit like that. It's subliminal messages. Okay, so they use subliminal messages embedded in the things that they're showing them on the screen, right? So the guy they don't know that their memory has been messed with. They don't know that they are a ticking time bomb. They have no clue. Okay, please bear with me. I'm getting to it. I'm trying to get this out as fast as I can and with as much sense as I can. Okay. Maybe I should calm down a little bit because I don't want to start getting hot, but it's coming at me and I'm trying to get it out to you guys the way I get it because I've never done it like this before. So boom. Um, but how these people are activated. These people are activated simply by somebody calling them on the phone and saying a specific word, a trigger word that will send them into action. So in this particular movie, I don't want to spoil it for you if you're gonna go watch it. Denzel Washington, the actual the guy who didn't know that he was, control MK Ultra or whatsoever, he was in the same program as the would-be senator, right? So the senator, the guy who's running for senator, the guy who's running for senator, right? He doesn't know either. As I say, none of them know. But the people that have done this to them, of course, they know. So these are their handlers. You know what I'm saying? The people who make sure that they're staying in line. So it came a time during the movie where the guy, he found out that he had an implant. They use implants, that send electrical impulses because we are mostly water and in frequency. Electrical impulse. Our brain, it sends electrical impulses to our body. Our heart is electromagnetic. It draws. So like these things affect us in a way. You know what I'm saying? Just like the new mRNA thing they want to try out. You know what I'm saying? It has nanobytes in it. If you know anything about nanotechnology, okay, I suggest you read up on that. You know what I'm saying? Because it will take code. It will take instructions. That means you know what I'm saying? It can be controlled and messages can be sent electronically to that chip that will transmit to your brain because we are like giant antennas. We bring in the frequency. Whew, Spirit is showing me like a book I read, okay, about how they use psychic children. You know what I'm saying? To do psychic attacks, mind control. Okay, I wrote down here, I got in my mind Professor Xavier. You know what I'm saying? Because Professor Xavier, he can read your mind. He can read your mind, but he can also hurt you. You know what I'm saying? He can also hurt you. I also got Firestarter, the father who can uh who can make you do what you want, make you see things that are not there. You know what I'm saying? Who can glamour you? Who can glamour you? Because I'm like, why can people see this? They have powerful glamour that shit is not as strong as it used to be. So they have a lot of things that they've been using to control our mind, program us to be desensitized to the madness, right? So this is what we're seeing now. That we're seeing a lot of that. Okay, um, so the mother. As I said, the guy who's running for senator, he was getting out of line because he found out about the chip in his neck and everything or whatever. So he was kind of getting out of line or whatever. So the mother calls him and does the code word, and he snapped right back into it. It's like, and she took him to some place where I got a doctor could reconfigure their chip, and get them right back out there. That's why a lot of these medical personnel, these medical facilities, they're going down because they know about it. And another documentary I read, I'm sorry, another documentary that I watched, the nurses call these bots, these clones, these entities, they call them others. So when they break down, they need maintenance or whatever, they treat them. So they know all about them. You know what I'm saying? So this is not crazy. And they have been doing this since before, let me see, Camp Hero. Let me see the Camp Hero Monarch program. It has been going on from January 1971 to 1983. Okay, so 1983, and they also mentioned that they have other facilities all over. Okay, they what struck me, I wrote a couple of notes down. I'm sorry, guys. Try to get this shit out because I want the energy out. You know what I'm saying? But so I just gotta try. I'm trying to transmute it as I get it out because I don't want to be bothered with. I'm gonna take the only salt bath after this. Uh, they would use the children. They would just like kidnapping. They were just taking children off the street, like lost boys, homeless kids, kids that would do anything for $1. You know what I'm saying? Some of them, they was like buying the kids from the kids' parents, because they need psychic children for these. They watch these psychic children, psychic children, star children, indigo children, crystalline children. You give off a signature. You give off a signature, whether you know it or not. You give off a signature that some beings can psychically sense. They can see it, and they want you for that. Okay. Again, I'll go back to Professor Xavier. Like some children, they have the psychic ability to make you see things that really are not there, or manipulate you, or make you just think of Professor Xavier, everything that he can do. Okay, is why Magneto put that thing on him to protect him from being mind controlled. You know what I'm saying? Because when somebody else is controlling you, they can make you do the most awful things, including rape children, kill anybody, kill your own family. What the hell is going on here? Right? So they use the children as spies in psychic warfare. All right. Um, they've been doing it since the Tuskegee experiments. If anybody knows about the Tuskegee experiments, again, those nurses, those medical personnel, they know exactly what the hell is going on because they are a part of it. They lied to the people, you know. And one thing that got me upset is that it's a class trip. He did one of the victims. They talk about a class trip. That was a field trip, right? And the field trip was supposed to be like to a museum, but then they end up going to the fucking base that was close to the museum, in Long Island or some shit. It's over there in Rhode Island. They end up walking the kids over to a base and separating them, doing little experiments and shit on them. I'm like, these people, we our children are with them for like 8 hours. That's really a long time for them to do things to our kids. And it just got me so angry, that we trust these people with our children and they are doing the most heinous thing that the children don't even know what's happening. The children don't even know what's happening. You know, um, that really just got me upset. You know what I'm saying? And they told the children that they needed them to be doing the things that they were doing, like psychically hurting people and stuff like that, because it's very possible to because they can cause persons to have a heart attack, aneurysm, stab your own eye out. I mean, all of this stuff is real. You know what I'm saying? So like when you see things that happen out of the ordinary, you wonder why. I feel like there's a lot of spirits show me blood banks, you know what I'm saying? They use blood magic. Oh child. Y'all gotta give me a minute. I need to light this. I need to light this for a minute. This is just like child. Child. Okay. Okay, right. So they lied to them. They told them the public is violent, evil, and stupid, and that is why they gotta do these things to because they would destroy themselves. But what I got when he said that is like, no, what they're doing and what they have been doing has made the public violent, evil, and stupid through those desensitized. Y'all know what I'm saying? The desensitizing tactics and the fear tactics, the torture tactics. They even were doing like the adrenochrome experiments there where they would terrify the children to like they were to the point of almost having a heart attack, and at that moment they would kill them to extract the blood because the uh let me see. What was it? Okay, the adrenochrome. It gives them the adrenochrome. He was like it gives them enhanced mental ability, enhanced physical ability, and just it enhances their skills or whatever. And what that should what I got an image of like entertainment. I got an image of like comedy. You know what I'm saying? There's a part in the book where the guy is making them laugh, and every time they laugh, it's just like sucking their loose energy. And I was like, okay, it gives them. I thought about it, and I was like, it gives them temporary, uh, you know, enhanced mental ability, enhanced physical ability. And the spirit was like, yeah, but it's only temporary. It's only temporary access to uppermost divine dimensions, closest to creation. The vibration doesn't support them. Why must I don't know. This is what I was channeling, just writing. Some of it I can't even freaking understand. Okay, because it's just all right. It's deep state greatest weapon. No one believes. Why? Glamour, powerful spell work, conditioning, conditioning, isolation. Because when no one believes you and shit, you go quiet, you repress, you isolate yourself, and people will ridicule you, call you crazy, shit like that. So that's one of their greatest weapons. Okay, and the conditioning of the people. And what I think of that's that desensitization, like every violence and everything in the cartoons, in the damn video games, in the movies, in the streets, on the news. It's like everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So it's like conditioning us to accept that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know what I got. I also wrote, I don't know why I wrote Men in Black here. I guess that's because of memory loss. They got memory loss drugs. Okay, that is in my notes. Memory loss drugs is in my notes. And what I thought of as soon as I wrote that down, and that was the notes from the documentary. Um, it had memory loss drugs. When I was a surgical tech, we had this drug called Halderon. I think it's Halderon, if I'm not mistaken. That it's an amnesia drug. We used to give it to children who had surgery so that they won't remember the surgery. Where do you think they get this stuff from? Like before you see this stuff in the hospital or on your shelves in the pharmacy, they've been doing experiments on this shit before they give it to you. And who do you think they're doing experiments on? The children. They are doing experiments on the children, sensory deprivation, torture tactics. I mean, it's crazy. They create fear, anxiety, and they fraction their mind. They fracture their minds so that they can insert. They can control the pieces of it. You know what I'm saying? They can make them compartmentalize. It's like this show that I'm watching, the Doom Patrol, right? Doom Patrol. There's this girl in there, and she has multiple personalities, like 61 personalities. You know what I'm saying? And it's like each of them have their own personality and their own experiences, right? So they kind of feel like individuals, even though they're all in the same person. I hope that makes sense because I really want to call for this shit. Oh, I have to eat a lot of sweet shit. Right. So, not leave anything out. Okay, deep stay. Okay, they have the Monarch programming. I talked about that. That is in the same thing as the Manchurian Candidate, Tuskegee experiments. It's the same thing that they're doing right now with COVID. Memory loss drugs. Oh, I was talking about that. Yeah, there's a drug. I think it's Haldimon or something. I have to look in my medical dictionary because like that seems like another life to me. Like when I was in the medical field, that it's a surge tech student, that seems like another life to me. But yeah, I do remember that drug. It's an amnesia drug. So they do have amnesia drugs, but I also thought of Men in Black. And I was like, well, why am I thinking? I was like, oh, then Spirit showed me that the scene where he tells everybody, look here. And he flashes that shit and everybody just like forget what the fuck is going on. And I'm like, I wonder if people been doing that to us, like how many times they've done some shit like that to us, or like, and how could they do it on such a global scale? And Spirit was like, that's when like Spirit was like the birth certificate bank, the blood bank. You know what I'm saying? Like in Texas, where my husband is from, they got blood banks everywhere. And people are always giving blood. You know what I'm saying? Back in the days, you know what I'm saying, people burn their shit. They burn their hair. Like if they hair like their hair, like somebody doing their hair and shit, and a little hair be in a comb or whatever, they take that shit out and burn it. They don't let them. They don't. You know what I'm saying? You really didn't want everybody in your hair just because even one strand of hair could get you fucked up. You know what I'm saying? The Spirit is showing me in the Doom Patrol. This guy, he has a power that if he get one hair of your beard hair, he could see whatever the fuck you're gonna do. Like if you try to fight him, he know that you about to punch him in the face, so he could dip to the left and dip to the right. You know what I'm saying? No matter what you do, he already a step ahead of you because he already know, because he has some in your DNA. So he know how you work. So Spirit's not showing me this shit for nothing. Because all who have ears need to fucking hear. Because I swear I'm not talking about this shit no more. Okay, Spirit, I don't care. I'm not talking about this shit no more. Now you said they was ready to hear it. Okay, that's what it better be. Now, let me see if I missed everything. Let me see. Glamour. Okay, so I talked about the Montauk. It's called the Montauk Chronicles. Oh, I didn't talk about that. Part of the program before they started using, because one of the things that one of the survivors said was there was no women in the program, and that just didn't resonate with me. You know what I'm saying? The Spirit just was like, no, they use the women for something else. You know what I'm saying? They use something because we have different kind of energies, that govern us as feminine and male. You know what I'm saying? So like The dark state, the dark one's whole thing is to, you know, confuse the balance of nature, like twist it all the fuck up, right? So they was using the women for something else, and that leads me to the prostitutes. They was using the prostitutes, and when I say they, I mean the C-I motherfucking A. Okay, the C-I motherfucking A. All right. I'm sorry. I need to get this. I need to have this candy. I hope it's not grossing anybody out or anything. You know what I'm saying? Because I hate to hear people like smacking and shit when they eat. I can't. So I hope none of that is translating. But I really need this candy because this energy is so disgusting. I need something sweet to really like kind of distract me from the, you know what I'm saying, from trying to get in me. If that makes sense. It helps me transmute the energy. Okay, so please bear with me. But the deep state, dark cult, CIA motherfuckers was using prostitutes to lower men. Um, and then they was lowering the men, and then the men, unbeknownst to them, was being dosed with LSD. Okay, LSD drugs. So these they was bringing these men in. They was lowering the men, right? Same shit that they're doing now. Like the women, that's what I'm saying. It's like the shit that really appalls me is like how gung ho the women are to do shit like this to please these creeps. And they are creeps. The women are creeps too. It's like, oh my God. It's like I gotta get the fuck out of here. Spirit's like, nah, you got a duty. You have a job. You have a purpose to do, and you shall do it. Like. So it just makes me think of like the story I heard about like this lady in Walmart. She has this two women come up to her and ask her to smell something, like a perfume and shit. And like, like that's something that you would normally do. It's like they use our human nature against us. This is what these creeps do. They study our human nature. And not just like for a couple of days. No. For hundreds of thousands of years, they've been studying ways, studying ways to use our nature against us, okay? Because like, you would smell a perfume like people do. Like when you go back in the day, you go to Macy's and shit. These bitches all over with shit spraying on you or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So you might think that Walmart trying to step their game up and get more classy and got some bitches in there spraying shit. And it's people trying to help other people kidnap you. Okay? And turn you into either a sex slave, a ritual, or a bot. And then speaking of ritual, Spirit wants me to point out that people need to understand, people need to get familiar with the satanic calendar. Okay, they need to get familiar with it just for the simple fact that, on certain dates, these snatchers be out here. You know what I'm saying? Because they got to fulfill their quota to do their blood magic. You know what I'm saying? They have to be able to kidnap some kids. You know what I'm saying? Or kidnap some virgins and shit. All that shit sound real Hollywood or real cinema, but that's real shit because that's where the fuck they got it from. You know what I'm saying? And they not only putting it on cinema, they putting it in books. You know what I'm saying? And Spirit, am I done with this? Oh no. The Spirit says no. So the prostitutes is lowering men and then drugging them with LSD. You know what I'm saying? And, making them hallucinate and shit, and while they hallucinating, they play this repetitive kind of thing in the background. You know what I'm saying? And with this shit, with all these colors and shit, you know, and doing this to the men gave rise to, it led to the uprising of the hippie scene. So like these dark cultures, it's like they manipulate shit behind the scenes on a grand scale. Okay. And because now that they can't do it on the grand scale that they were doing it, they decided to dig in the crate, you know what I'm saying, and activate their little time bombs to create havoc. You know what I'm saying? So I guess I'm just saying that to say it's like, take your time. Like if you're not in a relationship or whatever, take your time getting to know somebody. You know what I'm saying? Because it's really not safe. It's really not safe. Like this time, I'm feeling like it's really not safe to be going places. You know what I'm saying? It's like you should stay close to home. Stay, close to people that you trust. You know what I'm saying? And notice I didn't say just your family, your friends, or whatever, because like the shit that's happening nowadays, that shit becoming real loose because it's like even possession. Oh, possession. That's what I forgot. That's another way of mind control is possession. You know what I'm saying? Because people are opening themselves up to it. In addition to that, uh, jealousy, anger, all of that shit sends out a frequency, and it will cause you to pick up parasites. You know what I'm saying? Who feed off of that kind of energy. So, of course, because they feed off of that kind of energy, they will keep you in that kind of energy. And that jealousy, that shit is a spirit. It is a spirit, and it will surprise you when it comes out, the level of rage that's attached to it, because it's demonic. It is demonic. So you have to be careful, guard your thoughts, guard your energy. You understand? Clear your energy as much as you can. Take you some salt baths, honey. Get you some sage. You know what I'm saying? And try to stay down as good as that is. I just want people to be aware if that's what's happening. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think there's much that we can do about it. Uh, as far as being able to recognize them, you know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, some of these people have been glamored, some of them have been chipped. You know what I'm saying? They have been abducted and chipped. They have grown up in MK Ultra. You know what I'm saying? It's not just like the rich people families. It's like these poorer families. I don't know. It's like they've been exposed to it, and it's like it's crazy to me. It is crazy to me. So, a lot of dang cars. I ain't even asked nothing yet. Bad card. Regarding the prostitutes lowering men and giving them LSD, I seen a movie that was much worse than that. It was like this movie where what's her name? I just got out of that other one. Scarlett Johansson. Scarlett Johansson, where she is this alien or something. I'm gonna just put these down because I'm gonna just read them all. She's this alien, and she's pretty. She's pretty. Scarlett Johansson pretty. So she plays this prostitute who lowers men to this rickety house, but the house is really not a house. It's a fucking. It's like a portal to like some kind of dimension where they are. Let me just explain what the fuck I see. It's not a house, okay, but it's a portal. That's right. Spirit says that's right. Okay, and she gets them naked, and when she get them naked and shit, she start walking backwards, and they start walking towards her, and they so busy focused on getting some pussy that they don't realize that every step they taking, they sinking into the fucking floor until till they walking. It look like they walking underwater, and then you know what I'm saying. They don't even realize that she's getting taller and taller and shit because they sinking under the floor. So basically, they're getting fed to this fucking kind of machine because when they go under there, it's like at first they be underwater, and then it's like they just like they collapse. You know what I'm saying? Like everything inside of them just collapse. Like it's no more. So and they getting processed like their blood is going one way, like their flesh is going one way into this machine, on a conveyor belt. It's like, oh shit, she's lowering men and feeding them to some fucking entity. I guess Spirit thought that was important. Okay, and as far as the message, okay, let me see if I got everything because I swear I'm not I'm just again. I know I ain't gotta say it again, but I'm saying it again. And you say fear, anxiety, and fractioning. Mhm. It's triggered by a code word frequency. Okay, did I talk about frequency? I hope I talked about the frequency to where that a certain frequency I guess will activate that chip and they will do they will do the person's bidding. Um let me see. Frequency spell casting personal material. That's why I got personal material, hair, blood, urine, semen, and out of that I got birth certificate, bank, blood bank. Okay. Then while I was writing that, possession, and fear. Fear came out in like capital. That shit came out in capital, like fear. All right, so of course that's how that's how they was extracting the adrenochrome. They were using fear tactics, you know what I'm saying? And that's why they say a lot of the subjects they didn't make it because they weren't supposed to. So like they're harvesting people and of that nature, and it's through desensitization, um, where people that's why people turn a blind eye to this stuff. But now it seems like they're confused and we need to know what's going on. So that is what Spirit showed me. Um, let's see. And they use the adrenochrome for temporary access to uppermost divine dimensions closest to creation. The vibration doesn't support them. Why it must be what? Repeated. Yeah, jeez. That's why they got to keep doing it. You know what I'm saying? That's why they got to keep doing it, to keep those dirty promises that they be making to these fools who be chasing shit that costs a lot but don't got no value. Okay? So let me just see what Spirit wants to say. Okay. All right. On track. All right. No, Spirit is on track, but it's upside down. This wanted to come out. This energy is stuck. Okay, on track to see traveling. So, like that is, I feel like this is, any kind of travel or whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? You should wait. You know what I'm saying? Because it was reversed. So, if anybody's thinking about taking any trips or, what I'm saying, traveling for the holidays, I would suggest, you know what I'm saying, you maybe put a hold on that or just make sure everything is in alignment before you do that. You know what I'm saying? What do we have next? Caught in the ruins. Okay, caught in the ruins. Does everybody see that? Okay, who's caught in the ruins? That look like jail to me. Look like people in jail. That look like jail. I guess because a lot of people gonna begin the rest of this about to heat up. Like I said, the storm is upon us. The storm is upon us. What do we got here? Hilarion. Hilarion. Okay, he's an ascendant master. Okay, as you see the number five, there's going to be a lot of transformation, a lot of challenges, conflicts is in the spiritual realm. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. What do we have here? We have the Seven of Scrolls, intricacies and industry. Yes. Okay. What about the industry? Okay, it's a lot of scrolls. Okay, so the ideas, got the ideas already drawn up, ready. You know what I'm saying? And you putting shit together brick by brick with your hand, you know what I'm saying? Trying to make everything is make sure every I is crossed, every T is dotted. Okay, that puts me in the mind of like legal matters, you know what I'm saying, and contracts, you know what I'm saying. You just got to be careful and read the fine print of shit. Just read the fine print. You know what I'm saying? Especially in emotional affairs and emotional things. Read the goddamn fine print. I don't know why I came up, but yeah. All right, two of keys, the treasure. And we also got the treasure. Two of keys. Where's that come out here? The treasure, two of keys. It looked like he looking for something. He looking for something that he misplaced. You know what I'm saying? He's looking for something that he misplaced. And he think it's without, but it's within. I feel like it's something inside him. You know what I'm saying? And he's looking in the wrong place for it. And what keys do? They unlock things. You know what I'm saying? They unblock things. So like look inside of yourself, look within, okay, for the things that you think you lost, okay, or the things that and sometimes there's some things that you lost, you know, um, they really wasn't yours. They really wasn't yours because everything that you need is within you. So like that's interesting. Okay. And then we got the five of forces. So it tells you to really just focus on, like focus on the good things. You know what I'm saying? Focus on moving forward. Focus on the things that you can do, you know what I'm saying, to make your life better, more joyous, more balanced. You know what I'm saying? And get busy, because summer's a time for activity. You know what I'm saying? So get busy, living your dreams, you know what I'm saying, and doing the things that are going to bring success to your life, or, maybe opening a business, trying to do business or whatever, but it's not going well, put a little bit more effort into it. Just put a little bit more effort into you. This is what I feel like, put more effort into yourself. Okay, because the things that you may be looking for outside of you are all within you. Okay. So glad. I'm so glad I got that out. Because that was a heavy one, y'all. We got another one with this Balenciaga, but I don't know how long I'm be able to take with that, because like I gotta feel it. You know what I'm saying? I got to feel it. I can't just like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna front though. I was gonna lay down. I was gonna take a nap. I was not finna show up for this. Like, oh, Spirit, it took me so long to get up out this energy because I could not believe. Like when you're not an evil person and you're not wicked, you just don't understand the depths. You just don't understand how deep it is. You know what I'm saying? And not everybody is really equipped to deal with that. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get it. You know what I'm saying? So, let's see. Oracle of Delphi. Okay. Yeah. Y'all could have covenant. Check that out. Y'all see that one, 11? Mm, mm, mm. Right here, just right here, you spirit. People want to hear about it now. Now they want to hear about it. Now they want the knowledge. You see that? Now they want the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Now they coming to her for what she knows. All right. She probably been trying to tell them so fucking long, and then she just went into her little cave and just was like, you know what? I'ma just be in here chilling with the spirits. You know, like that's what I was doing, was just like chilling with my spirit team. You know what I'm saying? Because they just get me. You know what I'm saying? And keep me in a vibration that is in harmony. Okay. So when I realized I had to come down to do that, so I said, all right, shit. You know, spirits like they ready. They ready. They want the knowledge. Now they're seeking it. Okay. So I'm like, all right, all right. I did make a covenant. I did make a covenant to raise the vibration around here. You understand what I'm saying? Not just for the ones that I love, okay, but for the whole entire world, okay? Because I love Mama Gaia. I love Tara, okay? She supports us. She loves us, okay? So we have to keep in harmony with her heartbeat around here. All right, I'm on mission. I'm on mission. I am on mission. All right, so I'm gonna leave it there. Because I'm so happy. I'm feeling lighter already. So I know that we're coming to the end of this. Okay, and then I'm not gonna have to repeat myself again regarding this situation. Okay, the Montauk Chronicles. All right, you guys do yourself a favor and really like check that shit out. It is like mind blowing. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Spirit. Thank you so much. I want to thank you for being here when you could be anywhere else. The butterfly loves you. Namaste.